Hi there, my name is Teresa Carmody, and I'm going to be reading today from A Healthy Interest in the Lives of Others, which is a finalist for the 2025 Big Other Awards in Fiction. Thank you to John Madera and Big Other. And also thank you to Michael Wheaton from Autofocus Books for publishing this book and to Ryan Rivas for editing it. I'm going to read from a story called Angela Writes Herself a Wife, and there's pictures. So that's the illustration for this story. There's also a subtitle, a 5-paragraph essay that repeats 3 times. Angela writes herself a wife. Mr. Pants rubs against Angela and runs to the front door as Angela follows. Later, Mr. Pants sings outside the window of Angela's soon-to-be husband's study until the soon-to-be husband opens the back door and lets Mr. Pants back in. This pattern repeats, sometimes 5 times an hour, which irritates Angela's soon-to-be husband. He doesn't like the way Angela speaks to Mr. Pants either, loud and high-pitched. She frightens the creature, who hides beneath the soon-to-be husband's desk. Eventually, Mr. Pants begins batting the soon-to-be husband's toes, and this too disturbs him. Angela works in an after-school program earning $15 an hour. This isn't a very good wage given her advanced degrees, but more than money, Angela wants time to write, and she's practicing material contentment. When she was 19, she worked too many hours as a waitress at a restaurant famous for its pancakes. She found it difficult to stay focused and was fired after 1 year. Later, she worked as a hotel maid, making beds, cleaning bathrooms, and gossiping with the other maids in the laundry room. The hotel required harsh cleaning chemicals, and after 3 years and 3 annual pay increases, Angela developed a sudden rash on her neck and torso. She quit by not arriving at her next scheduled shift. She has become quite health conscious and prefers to help children with their reading. After the children close their books, she asks them questions about the story and the room where they sit. The children surprise her every day with mix-ups, like how the puppy in the story hides in the classroom cabinet. And it might as well be raining in real life. The children feel so damp and alone. She is supposed to help the children turn their answers into 5-paragraph essays, but she prefers stories to arguments. They're such sweet liars, she often sighs, how they tumble into truth. Angela's soon-to-be father-in-law is a prominent family physician, a partner in a private practice that offers homeopathic therapies and acupuncture alongside Let's Stop the Symptoms Western treatments. Her soon-to-be father-in-law's father was a pediatrician who left medicine for a distinguished post in the newly formed Department of Health and Human Services. A different era of Republican, her soon-to-be mother-in-law explains. Her soon-to-be husband's mother also comes from a prominent family and does not understand why her eldest child and only son moved out west, refusing his father's footsteps. The soon-to-be husband earns money as a freelance graphic designer and copy editor, a temporary situation, he sometimes reminds his mother. For in truth, he is a documentary filmmaker, actively developing several projects while cultivating industry connections. He wants to make a film about land use, money, and outsider art, think Salvation Mountain and Watts Towers, and he is working on a pitch trailer, if only he can get it right. Something will happen, he often tells Angela, who laughs because his films are mostly long shots of even slower action. Angela and her soon-to-be husband are known to bicker. They have strong opinions about food and are suspicious of each other's allergies. Angela prefers plain meals of one whole grain and a dark, green, leafy vegetable. The soon-to-be husband laughs at Angela's simplicity and buys a bread machine so they can bake whole wheat loaves to complement his Sunday stews. But Angela avoids gluten, and her soon-to-be husband's stews are slow-cooked, meaty, and full of spice. Angela tells her friends that her soon-to-be husband enjoys cooking, but when the friends visit, the soon-to-be husband complains about their boring meals. He notes that Angela only works for 2 or 4 hour shifts, and he loves it that she's a writer, But does she need more leisure time than Mr. Pants? My soon-to-be husband, says Angela, thinks he works like a dog, but he spends over an hour a day with his plants. On the day before the wedding, Angela waits on a bench inside the airport. She is fidgety, for although the wedding plans are smoothly unfolding, she wants to prepare herself by soaking in a salt and herb bath, rather than waiting for her father, who insists that she park the car and meet him at baggage claim. Angela arrived early. The plane is late. Her father will neither ride with strangers nor drive in unfamiliar cities, and of course the wedding would not be complete without him. So here she is, waiting alone. She takes out a notebook and decides to write a love story for her soon-to-be husband. She titles the piece, "A Great Deal of Contemporary Fiction." She begins to write.